Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop, where I'm your host, the DFS. What you see here? What you see here? You see the little homie after JD Martinez banged out his fourth jack of the night. Yo, the dude was seeing everything. I swear, you could have pitched a BB and he would have put that motherfucker over the fence. Like JD Martinez was absolutely nuts tonight. It was crazy. I'm talking about they hit him up 13 runs. And this is without Goldschmidt. Goldie was out of the lineup, I think, for rest purposes. But man, they went out and they went ham. So real quick, let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. We can talk about a little bit about last night. We're gonna talk about what happened last night. We've got a monster 15 game slate that we definitely need to jump into. We're gonna talk about that. But let's go ahead, man, and we're gonna just throw out the award, the gang stack of the day. Okay, Andy says, shout out to JD. He just won him $250. Thank you. Big shout out to the shop. And Jake Lamb, 12 points. Pollock, 9. So you could have stacked the top 5 of this order and got like 119 points just from them 5 cats. Just from those 5 cats. You'd been like 100 and some change. Just off of that. That was nuts. Awesome day for them, right? Then you look at who's leading all scorers. Of course, JD Martinez, 60. Matt Olson, 33. The homie that we talked about earlier inside the line drive, Martin Maldonado, 30 points. The other homie we talked about inside the line drive today, that was only 2.1. Max Moroff got you 30 points. Yo, we had some hits today in the line drive, and I actually had a decent day. At one point, man, I was up to like $600. Me and another one of the homies from the shop, we were wrecking the 20 entry max tournament. And then out of nowhere, the scoring explosions that happened, because we both had exposure to Maldonado, but he was the only guy from the Angels that we had, and we both had Arenado, who really didn't do much, who was in position to really stroke. Blackman was decent, he was okay, but yo, it could have been a lot better, man. We could have really got to it. I promise you. But it's all good though. I actually a little bit more than double my buy-in. I got a little bit more to invest in my NFL exploits, so I'm really happy about that. And NFL is on the way. NFL is on the way. And I know you heard a lot of the other people talk about, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Or NFL, you gotta get this, you gotta pay $250 million for this NFL content. Man, you gotta do all that bullshit, man. Just get with us. Fuck with us. Yo, 50 cents a day. Half a cup of coffee is all it takes. Half a cup of coffee, you rock with us. We got the Hunter Band Clan. You got the entirety of the DFS Sweatshop, all the homies in the peanut gallery that we chop it up every day. That's all you need, man. You don't need all that other bullshit. You don't, trust me, you don't need it. You don't need it. You really don't. So next, we're talking about some pitching here from yesterday. Carlos Martinez, man, a guy that I was not on. I wasn't on him. He went out and scored 45.65 DraftKings points. Awesome. Robbie Ray in the late, 43. Chad Kuhl, 32.15. And yo, I was very interested in playing Chad Kuhl. I fell into the Bauer Kool-Aid, man. It was 28.6 points. Awesome. Alex Cobb had a decent night out. Rich Hill wasn't horrible. Dallas Keuchel, 21. So it was pretty cut and dry, man. But we had some duds though. We did have some duds. Mark Leiter Jr. -9 in the early was bad. Chris Smith, horrible. The Artie Loecki guy, horrible. He was only 4.9, but he only got -3.5 points. R.A. Dickey was bad. So was Porcello and Parker Bridwell. Both of those guys suck. Adam Conley, 3.4. So it was a very, very tough pitching slate. If you played any of those cats, if you stayed away from them guys and paid up toward the top, I'm sure you did well. Over the weekend, right? You know I'm a Mutt guy. I love to play Madden. It is NFL season. I am a Madden enthusiast. I love to play it. So I'm doing all these solo challenges, and I find out, you can't. The cards that you get from the solo challenges, they suck because you can't trade them or sell them or do anything with them. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna buy a pack. So I bought this pack of cards, and the pack that I bought, it was like $49, right? And I bought this pack, and it got 6 packs of regular cards, and then it has this topper elite whatever. So I rolled through these packs, and I get like 5 elites. They're decent. They're not bad, right? On the last pack, I pop it open, and I get one of the very best the Madden Ultimate Team cards in the game. It is Le'Veon Bell. So I go and look inside of it because it has like a little what you call it? A little auction house where you can go in and you can buy and sell cards. Like this is like trading cards, but you can actually play with the guys that you're trading. Like you have the card you have, like I can play with him because he is a real player. It's 90, right? So I look and I see how much it's going for, and bro, the card is selling for 700,000 Madden coins. I put that bitch up for sale so quick. I put it up for sale so quick, and now I have like 750,000 Madden coins to sell, and they go for like $20 to $25 per 100K. So I turned 50 bucks into like $150. Nice, triple the buy-in with the Le'Veon Bell. Awesome, awesome. So if you play MUT and you want, you need some coins, holla at me. I got them for the look. So enough of that shit, man. Let's go ahead, man. Let's just chop it up, man. We do have, like I said, a 15-game slate of MLB. This is a point where ownership does not matter, man. Singular ownership, like individual player ownership, does not matter as much as stack ownership does. Because I'm telling you, you gotta shift your focus to how much an individual player is going to be owned to your stack ownership and how high you think a stack is going to be owned. We're going to go through the pitching because that's what the first class is about. The first class is designed so that you can get a good read and a good beat on who you want to play as far as your pitching goes. Now, later on in the afternoon, at about 5 o'clock, we will get into something called the line drive at 5, where once the lineups come out, then we're going to sit down together as a group, as a unit, as a team, and build lineups and really chop up the slate once we get the batting orders. Because I don't care what nobody tell you. You can't do shit until the batting orders come out, bro. You just can't. You can't. Motherfuckers are making shows right now saying, oh, I like this guy. I like this guy. Oh, I love this guy. You don't know who the fuck is playing. Because yesterday, I'm sure you like Goldie. You probably didn't like JD Martinez, but you loved Goldschmidt, didn't you? Right? And guess what happened? Goldschmidt didn't play, and JD Martinez hit 4 jacks. So you can't do shit until the lineups come out, until the orders come out. So we're going to be rolling through these, man. We're going to discuss not only the actual plays and the conditions surrounding the play, we are going to be talking about park factors, what goes on in specific parks around the league. We're going to talk about the statistics, man. This is where it's all at, man. You go to Fangraphs, and very solid information. We use it a lot. We look over the last 30 days, see what teams have been doing. It always gives us a really solid insight into what we can expect. So let's jump in, man. We're going to go to DK. Of course, 15 games is what we're going to be discussing here. Take a look at the pitching at the top. You got DeGrom against Philadelphia, 12.6. You got Strasburg against Miami at 12.5. You have Verlander here in his first start with the Houston Astros against Seattle. You got Greinke against the Dodgers again. Hendricks is still priced up. We finally see Danny Salazar again, and he's going against the Chicago White Sox, so you already know what type of chalk you're working with there. Zach Davies against Cincinnati here. Hyun-Jin Ryu against, of course, the Arizona Diamondbacks. You've got Julio Teheran, Sabathia, Kendall Graveman. So it's 30 pitchers on the slate today. It's 30 pitchers. All we got to do is pick 3 or 4 that we really like, and that is what the line drive is about. In the first class, we're going to develop our initial pitcher pool. Let's get it in. First game we got on the slate is going to be my New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. Now, the Yankees, 5.6 projected run total here. The Orioles only 4.8. Remember, take a look. This game is probable to delay or rain out. 42% chance of heavy rain here. And it's my guess that this could be in trouble. This game really could be in trouble. Now, we got Jeremy Hellickson at 5.8. Very solid price on him. CC Sabathia, 7.4. Of course, the temperature is 79 degrees, humidity at 67%, 8 mile per hour wind going out toward left field. Oriole Park, man, very small spot, very great place for hitters. Great place for hitters. And if we're looking at pitching in this spot, I want nothing to do with either pitcher at all. I'm good. I don't want either of these pitchers. We look at what the Baltimore Orioles do at home versus left-handed pitchers. 20.9% K rate, a 251 ISO with a 368 WOBA. That is most certainly usable. You look at what the Yankees do on the road versus right-handers, and they've not been horrible either. A 21.4% K rate, 177 ISO with a 323 WOBA. That's going to take both of these pitching prospects off of the slate for me. You add to that the weather is going to be a concern. I'm good there on pitching. The next game we got is the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates. We got Kyle Hendricks, 9.8. Steven Brault at 5K. Let's go over to DK and make sure that these are the correct pitching. Okay, bam, that's it right there. So, Pittsburgh went ham today. They went ham yesterday, against Arrieta. And you know, Hendricks, uh, he's had some pretty decent starts recently. Especially, I think the game before last was a really good one. I think yes, the 28.15 against Philadelphia. Then he had 22 against Atlanta. Maybe the Pittsburgh Pirates have awakened from their slumber and are ready to finally start hitting the ball. The one problem is we do have a 17% chance of light rain here, so we got to be on the lookout for this game. PNC Park, a very, very good spot. A very, very good spot for pitchers. Stephen Broad at 5K, not a guy that I want to play, not against Chicago Cubs. After getting their ass whipped the way they did yesterday, I can assure you the Cubs are going to come out smoking and they're going to want to hit the ball very hard. So I will have some exposure to those bats. Of course, no Stephen Broad for me. Let's take a look at what the Chicago Cubs do on the road versus left-handed pitching. You're going to see them. Wow, they've not been very good. Only 153 plate appearances, 24.2% K rate, a .070 ISO with a 285 WOBA. That's not good at all, man. So well, Stephen Brault. Now, Tom Riley says Brault was pretty good in AAA. Now, with those numbers coming from the Cubs, looking that bad on the road versus lefties, maybe Brault is a guy who's going to be in play. I'm going to see how if he's talked up to like chalk status tomorrow, later on today, I'm gonna play Chicago against him definitely. If not, I might take a shot on him. If nobody's talking about him, I might play him. But if everybody's saying, oh yeah, you just played Stephen Brault, he's good, they're bad on the road versus lefties, then I'm gonna play the Cubs. Next game we got is the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. Marco Estrada had the blisters. No, that was Stroman. Stroman had the blisters. So we got Marco Estrada, Eduardo Rodriguez, 6.6. Both pitchers, 6.6. Very solid price points for them. The one thing that does give me cause for concern is in Fenway Park, man, we got 14-mile-per-hour wind headed out, man. So that could be trouble. That could be trouble for both pitchers. That 14-mile-per-hour wind, bro, could be trouble. We take a look at the homie Eduardo Rodriguez got hit up last time against my Yankees. I called it. Remember that. Against Baltimore, 14-13. Against Cleveland, St. Louis, he had 10.6. Yo, I just don't think the dude is that great. I really don't. And I don't have any issue playing a couple of the Toronto bats with 14-mile-per-hour wind in Fenway. Like, I don't have a problem. I know a couple of hits that should be home runs are going to turn into doubles, going to hit that big green monster. But at the same time, I think Toronto is in a solid spot against Eduardo Rodriguez. Let's take a look at what they do on the road versus left-handed pitching. 17.6% K rate, that's low enough to use. 111 ISO leaves a lot to be desired, as does a 275 WOBA. But still, I don't like Rodriguez. On the other side, you look at Marco Estrada, 6.6 the price point for him. Over his last couple of games, not so great. 4.65, 17, 11, negative 4.65. His last good start was against my New York Yankees, where he scored 26.95 points. Don't really love him in this spot. I'm going to grab a hold to some of the lefty power for the Boston Red Sox. We look at the Sox, man, and what they do at the crib versus right-handers. You're going to see it, man, 17.3% K rate, a 219 ISO, and a 356 WOBA. That is very nice. You put all that together with a 14-mile-per-hour wind, and I think Boston is a very viable option in terms of your stacks. Very viable. Next game we got is going to be the Milwaukee Brewers and the Cincinnati Reds. We are at Great American Small Park, 3% chance of very light rain. Shouldn't be an issue. We got 8-mile-per-hour winds going out towards center field. 69 degrees here. Zach Davies, 8.3. Robert Stevenson, 6.8. Yo, didn't we just see this matchup a few days ago? I think we just saw this matchup. Let me check. Because Zach Davies... Let's check. No, that was somebody else. That wasn't Davies. Yo, Davies was just in Washington. Yeah. 18, 31 against the Dodgers. 18.7, 15.6. Yo, the Dodgers have been slumping. ACP, what is going on with your Dodgers, homie? Let me know right now. What's going on with your Dodgers? Now, love the fact that you're going to get some lefty power for the Cincinnati Reds. You're talking about, Joey Votto, Scooter Gennett, Scott Schebler, even Billy Hamilton at 4.3 is a guy I like. So I think I could play those cats against Davies here. We look at the Milwaukee Brewers against Robert Stevenson. Of course, some of the lefty power for the Milwaukee Brewers are going to be in play. Now, Stevenson did have a couple of good games in a row, but they were against the Mets and a really, really struggling Pittsburgh Pirates team. So I don't think I want anything to do with him. Most certainly, let's take a look at the Milwaukee Brewers and what they do on the road versus the right-handed pitching. Not horrible. 27.2% K rate. That's high as shit, man. 175 ISO with a 289 WOBA. Not horrible, but not great either. We look at what the Cincinnati Reds do at the crib versus righties. Because that, yes, yeah, at the crib versus righties for Cincinnati Reds, pretty good, man. 20% K rate, 215 ISO, 351 WOBA. Ooh, I like some Cincinnati. Initially, I like them. Next game we got is the Kansas City Royals, 5.8 run total for them, and the Detroit Tigers, 4.7. I would say it's just safe to continue to attack the Detroit Tigers so they show you different. They did have a solid game yesterday. They did, and I kind of jumped all over them with Jake Junis, and it didn't go well. So my first inclination would be, you know what? Damn, I'm not playing no pitcher against Detroit Tigers. But you know what? Maybe I was a day early on this the stream pitcher against the Detroit Tigers. Let's look at what they do at the crib versus lefties, and if that underwhelms, I think I can play Jason Vargas. Let's take a look at the crib versus left-handed pitching. The Detroit Tigers are awesome. 16.5% K rate, a 234 ISO with a 400 WOBA. Gosh. That completely takes Jason Vargas off the map for me. This is over the last 30 days, and we've seen, well, Jay Up was in the lineup most of those times when they got those insane totals, but so were some of these other cats, like Nicholas Castellano, Ian Kinsler, James McCann was in there, Mikey Matuk was in there, even Romine Iglesias. Those guys were still there. So, and I get it. I get it. See, Dalton Solinger says Upton probably produced half of those stats. Tom Riley says no more Upton. But some of those other cats were still there. Let's look at a couple of them individually and see what they've been doing over the last, let's say, 2 weeks. Let's just see. 24, 5, 29, 30. Like, yeah, some of those runs, man, came from other cats. They got good pitches because of Upton. Vargas reminds me of from a McCann. See what he's been doing, man. 6, 11, 22, 2, 8, 2, 0, 22. He's like Mikey Matuk. Let's take a look at him. 12, 3, 7, 2, 23, 10. They got some swing now. They got some swing. Well, Anibal Sanchez ain't gonna make none of my motherfucking lineups at all. But I think I'm gonna highlight Vargas just for safekeeping. He's only priced at 7K. I'm gonna highlight him for safekeeping, and we've seen what they do with Upton in the lineup. Okay, over the last month, we've seen what they do with Upton, but some of those other guys hit too. Yes, I agree with ACP, man. He said the Tigers will be super low owned. A nice GVV play. Yes. So take a look on the other side. Anibal Sanchez, no way I play him. First thing I like is some of the lefty power that we're going to see as far as the Kansas City Royals, guys like Mike Moustakas, Brandon Moss, even Melky Cabrera, but I love Whit Merrifield leading off. But we're going to get into that in the line drive. Let's take a look at what the Kansas City Royals have done as a team over the last month on the road against right-handed pitching. Let's take a look. Not great. 19.4% K rate, a 134 ISO with a 316 WOBA. So they don't strike out a lot, and the WOBA is above 300. I can play some of them. I won't have to stack them, but I can play some of them. Next game we got is the Washington Nationals and the Miami Marlins. We got Steven Strasburg, who is not Max Scherzer, at 12.5. Odorasimer Despaigne at 5.7. That's going to lead me to automatically want to play some of the Nats. Guys like Trey Turner, the usual suspects, of course. And we look at what the Nats do on the road versus righties. I don't think they've been, 26.6% K rate, bro. 112 ISO with a 243 WOBA. This is shitty. This is horrible. And I'm talking 428 plate appearances, man. They have been bad on the road versus righties over the last month. They've been very bad. The problem is, do you think that Odorasimer Despaigne is a guy that can exploit how bad they've been? Can he exploit the fact that on the road versus right-handed pitching, we see a horrible K rate? I'm talking 26.6% K rate. That's interesting. It really is. Then you save the fact that Strasburg could come in and pitch a decent game to the point to where we don't see a ton of runs, and Despaigne, if they get to the bullpen, Despaigne could be in line for a win. Who knows? Or maybe they could just tattoo the shit out of him. I don't know. Strasburg 12.5. I don't normally like. I'm not playing. I keep stacking and waiting for them to break out. I'm not. There's no way. I'm not playing Strasburg against Miami. I'm not. I don't think I have to do that. I'm not. I'm not paying up, bro. Trey Turner did just get back to exactly. Trey Turner just came back. That's right. That leaves a little bit more on the table. Definitely. But I'm not playing Strasburg, bro. I'm not. That's too much. Let's take a look at what he's done in his last few spots. 41 against Miami. Ooh, last time at home. Now he's in a better pitching situation. Ooh. Yo, Miami has been slumping though. It's like all you're getting from Miami is like the Stanton Jack, and that's it. Maybe a Ozuna. That's it. We haven't been seeing a lot of runs for Miami. We're gonna revisit that. I'm gonna allow you to talk me on him. At this point, I'm off him, but I can be talked on. Cause 25 against Houston, 22. I mean, if I'm gonna play a guy that has like a floor, and we're gonna say his floor is in the low 20s. If his floor is in the low 20s and the ceiling is in the high 40s, that's upside. That's the epitome of upside. And if Strasburg has that, I could think about it. I definitely could. I stand corrected. I could think about it. So I mean, let's put the highlight tag on Strasburg. Next game we got is the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets. Ben Lively at 6.2, Jake DeGrom 12.6. DeGrom, man, not so great in his last one. Not 12.1 against Cincinnati. His last game against Philadelphia was 34.6. I think he can strike a ton of these cats out. We take a look at what the Philadelphia Phillies do on the road versus right-handed pitching. Not great. 21.3% K rate, 148 ISO with a 305 WOBA. And see right there, I would rather have DeGrom for 100 more in a better matchup at home in Citi Field, better place for pitching. The only problem is I hate the fact that this is 15-mile-per-hour wind here. I hate that. But you got a 3.6 run projected run total here. I would, and see the thing about the wind here though, ACP is if they can't hit the ball, if he's getting the ball by him, fuck it, fuck the wind. If he's getting the ball by him, if they can't make solid contact, fuck it, you know. So I think Jake DeGrom is a guy that I'm going to be taking a look at. I do like Jake DeGrom here. No Ben Lively for me at all. Next game we got is the Minnesota Twins and the Tampa Bay Rays. Bartolo Colon 6.1, Jake Odorizzi 6.5. Bartolo, ever since going over to Minnesota, hasn't been horrible, man. I mean, he's got a couple of, 4 Jay-Z, but he got 22, 26, 16, 11, 17, usable stuff, And the Tampa Bay Rays at the crib versus righties. Let's see how good they've been recently. Not very good. 27.9% K rate, 147 ISO in a 280 WOBA. I'm gonna show him some love. I'm gonna show him some love because I think the Minnesota Twins can hit up Odorizzi and also, put him in line for the win. I'm gonna show Bartolo some love. Tropicana Field, great place to pitch. Jake Odorizzi at 6.5. Don't want to have anything to do with him. Look at the Twins and what they do on the road versus righties. They've been really good recently. Here we are, 16.8% K rate. That is low as shit. That's nice. 197 ISO with a 331 WOBA. Most certainly. Shout out to David Russell. How did it feel me and you being like tied up all day long in the 20 entry max? That was kill, bro. That was dope. I love to see that. I love seeing that, man. That shows that you're paying attention, and I'm actually doing something to help you. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. And you have faith in me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a lot of times people have faith in you, and I definitely see that. Appreciate you. All right, so Jake Odorizzi at 6.5. Don't love him. Let's take a look at what he's done over the last couple of starts. 11, 6, -9, 13. No, I have no. Minnesota here. Maybe some Bartolo Colon because they put him in line for the win. At one point, we were like 17th. We were tied for 17th. I was like, oh, shit. If Maldonado hits another jack, we're going to be eaten. And he did. Bop, he hits another one. So me and you go up to 7th. We in 7th place. And then, we were counting on Arenado. We were counting on fucking somebody else. And they didn't do shit. The Diaz. Yandy Diaz. We was counting on Diaz. Didn't do nothing, man. That sucked. But it's all good, man. We finished, made a little coinage. That's all right. So the 20% chance of moderate rain here. Be careful with this game because in Atlanta they don't play. They'll shut that bitch down. This is not like bustling metropolis, New York City, Gotham, where a little rain ain't gonna hurt nobody. Nah, this is ATL. This is down south. This is the south. This is where I'm from. They will shut shit down behind some rain. So if you got 23% chance of moderate rain, there's a very good possibility this game is going to rain the fuck out and not play. So be very careful. Miggy Gonzalez, I've been kind of riding him. I've been rocking with him over the last few, and he's been pretty decent, man. He's been pretty good. 12, 27, 24, 14, 24. Ever since he got hit the fuck up by the Red Sox here, yo, he's been fairly solid. He really has been. And the price is still good on him. 6.3, that's a good price. So if this game does play, he's a guy that I could take exception to. Julio Teheran, not going to like him in the least. I'm going to be rocking some Texas bats. I'm taking a look at what the Rangers do on the road versus right-handed pitching. I think they should still be middle of the pack. Yeah, 24.3% K rate, 156 ISO with a 300 WOBA. So I don't want to attack them with Julio Teheran. Look at the Braves and what they've been doing at the crib versus righties over the last little bit. They have not been great either. 18.8% K rate, 159 ISO, and a 317 WOBA. They have not been great either. They did get Matt Kemp back. That could mean something. Next game we got is the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago White Sox. Danny Salazar at 9.7. Dame Holberg at 5.4. Salazar got hit up in his last start against Kansas City, but against Minnesota, awesome. Against Tampa Bay, against my New York Yankees, 33.5. He's a guy's up and down, man. If the K's are working and they're flowing, he can get to it. And we look at the Chicago White Sox and what they do at the crib versus righties, okay? You're going to see a fairly decent batting profile in terms of WOBA and ISO. 315 WOBA with a 194 ISO, but that K rate is through the roof, man. 26.4% K rate. As ACP notes that this is another game with a tremendous amount of wind, man. US Cellular, 15-mile-per-hour wind. That bodes way well for me, for the Cleveland Indians here. Against a lefty, that's a thing, man. On the road against lefties, the Indians should be a lot better than they were recently. Oh! Boy, look at here. Okay. 20.8% K rate, a 213 ISO with a 368 WOBA against a shit pitcher with 15-mile-per-hour winds. Check, please. The Cleveland Indians are definitely in play. Definitely in play. 9.5 run total. There's a 4% chance of very light rain. Shouldn't be a problem. I like some of the Cleveland Indians here. Not a problem. Plus, how hot they've been as well. ACP, read you right on time. They've been very hot. Next game we got is another game in Coarse, man. This is a 12.5 run total. We got the Rockies with an implied 6.9. We've got the Giants with an implied 6.2. You got Ty Block, Tyler Chatwood. Don't think I can play a pitcher in Coarse. I think Coarse does go off a lot. So I'm going to have a fair amount of exposure on either side. I'm going to have a fair amount of exposure, but more so toward the Rocky side, because you look at what they do at the crib versus lefties, and it's nuts, okay? 252 ISO, 409 WOBA, 20.2% K rate. I'm going to love to play some Rockies tomorrow. I've got no issue there. If you look at San Francisco Giants and what they do on the road versus righties, it's not good at all. 20.3% K rate, 144 ISO with a 279 WOBA. That's why playing some Giants in Coarse against Tyler Chatwood is going to be the most contrarian thing you can do on this slate. Love that. Love that. Next game we got is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Oakland A's. Yo, this game went nuts yesterday. I'm talking went ham. Like, they were scoring like a motherfucker. It was like 13 runs, 13 to 11 or some shit. It was crazy. Like, both teams just went nuts. And we got Garrett Richards at 7.2, Kendall Graven at 7.3. Yo, Garrett Richards, what do you know about this cat, man? This is, 16.1 last time against Oakland in his last start, and that was like months ago. What do we think about Garrett Richards? Is that a guy that we can look to? Oakland A's have been hitting the ball fairly well recently. We take a look at what they do on the road versus right-handed pitching. At home versus right-handed pitching, and they're right towards the top, man. 23.4% K rate, a 210 ISO with a 331 WOBA, very usable. Richards is only going to pitch 4 to 5 innings. Cool, good call, homie. Look at the A's on the road versus righties. They've been crushing it, man, and they're right towards the top, bro. 15.4% K rate, one of the lowest K rates you're going to see in any situation in MLB. A 259 ISO and a 371 WOBA. So this game is again in line to have blow up stamped all over it. 8-mile-per-hour wind at the OCO. So this is definitely a usable game. And the perfect thing about this is You see, you're not going to see a lot of ownership go toward this game. You're just not. Yo, from 10:05 on, like these 4 games right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're not going to see a lot of better ownership goes towards these games. You can guarantee all these guys be super, super low owned. And I'm talking as far as team stacks too, because people are not going to know the lineups by 7 o'clock. They're not going to know the batting orders by the time lineups lock at 7:05. So take a look at that, man. That's really dope. Really dope. Next game we got is the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Zach Greinke 10.4, Hyun Jin Ryu at 8K. Lefties against the Diamondbacks. Now, okay, look at the Diamondbacks on the road versus lefties. And they've gotten a lot better, man. 24.9% K rate, a 183 ISO with a 338 WOBA. Is that enough to make me want to like stack them up? No, but I think I can play a couple of bats, especially if we get Goldie back. I can play some Arizona bats against the Dodgers. Zach Greinke 10.4. You know, him going back to the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been struggling recently. They've kind of got shit wrapped up on their hand almost. You look at them and what they do at the crib versus right-handers. I mean, at one point they were tops in the league, man, but they've since fallen a lot, man. 21.3% K rate, a 149 ISO, and a 288 WOBA. I'm gonna do that, yo. ACP says attack the Dodgers, his Dodgers, until they wake up, and that's what I'm gonna do. Zach Greinke is gonna be in play for me. He just is. He's gonna be in play for me. Next game we got is the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Diego Padres. Yo, how many of you want Luke Weaver to pitch every game? Like I'm waiting for when the fuck does Luke Weaver come back? Like what the fuck this Michael Walker shit? When does Weaver come back? Travis Wood 6K, Michael Walker 6.9. Yo, Walker was decent, I think, in one of his recent starts. He was 15.9, and that's coming off of like 0, 0, 0, like shitty games in a row. He had a 15.9 point performance against San Francisco. Does that happen against San Diego Padres? Probably not. You look at the Padres, and wait a minute. The Padres, I think they're not very good at home versus righties, because Carlos Martinez just gave them the business. Let's take a look. San Diego Padres at the crib versus right-handed pitching. Yes, they're bad. 24% K rate, 135 ISO with a 287 WOBA. And this is what should have put us on Carmart yesterday. They were in the very same situation, and it would suck to like not have played Carmart yesterday and then to play Michael Walker today, and then San Diego just blows his ass up. That would fucking suck. But I think we can have exposure to Walker here just because of how bad the Padres have been at the crib. Okay? Travis Wood, 6K. Don't love him. Let's take a look at what the Cardinals do on the road versus lefties. Oh my God. 177. That's the plate appearances. 18.6% K rate. A 314 ISO and a 418 WOBA. Give me some of that. Never trust a big button smile. Give me that. I got pour them on me, baby. Give me some Walker. That just told me that St. Louis is gonna put Walker in position to win this game. So Walker is gonna be in play for me, certainly. No Travis Wood at all. Love St. Louis. We're gonna be rocking there, and I can guarantee you, bro, there's gonna be low on stack. Nobody's gonna want to play these. You know why? Because they're late. People want to win. People want to win 50 grand by 8:30. People want to win all their money by 9 o'clock. They want to be counting their money. You know what I mean? They do not want to. The same thing happens in NBA. I talk about this all the time. Play West Coast teams late at night because nobody wants to play them. People want to win their money on the East Coast at 8:30, 9 o'clock. They want to be counting 50 stacks. But that's not how it works. It doesn't. It doesn't work that way. Last game on the slate is the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners. Justin Verlander making his first start with the Astros here. Ariel Miranda, 5.6. Don't really have an interest in Verlander here in the spot. I just don't. Let's take a look at what the Seattle Mariners do at the crib versus righties. Ooh. And 279 playoff appearances, right? Plate appearances, excuse me. 18.6% K rate, a 242 ISO, and a 389 WOBA. They have been killing it. Yo, Seattle has been killing it at the crib versus righties. Does that mean that I'm all gung-ho about attacking Verlander? No. What that means, number one, is I ain't playing Verlander, number one. Number two, it means I can grab a bat or two from Seattle if I need it. If I need to get that contrarian night play that people won't be on, I can take a bat here. I can grab Robinson Cano at under 4K, who is right now a front runner for my cheap jack of the day. I can grab that. Kyle Seager, who owes me money. He was my cheap jack the other day. He owes me money. Those are two guys I can automatically, have an immediate read on right now. Okay? Ariel Miranda, 5.6. Don't love him. Yeah, Verlander's first start for Houston. Yes. Yeah, it is. Ariel Miranda, 5.6. He's not been great at all. We go across. Look at Houston and what they do on the road versus left-handed pitching. Let's check them out. 16.8% K rate, 161 ISO to 344 WOBA, so definitely some Houston bats are going to be in play. ACP says Verlander is going to show out in his first start versus the Seattle Mariners as a Houston Astros. If he was in Houston, I would be more inclined to play him because like everybody wants to do well in Houston. Like right now, motherfuckers want to play well for Houston. I would do that, but it's away. They in Seattle, so I'm not on them. I'm not. So let's go ahead and round up all the pitchers that we have an interest in. Remember, this is our interest. This is our interest division where we, show our interest in pitchers. At the top, we got Jacob deGrom, Steven Strasburg, Zach Greinke. In that top middle tier, we've got Danny Salazar. After that, all the way down to Jason Vargas and Michael Wacha. And Bartolo Colon, the cheapest pitching prospect on the slate that we think we could even consider. Again, deGrom, Strasburg, Greinke, Salazar, Vargas, and Michael Wacha with Bartolo Colon. And don't be surprised tomorrow if value opens up to the point to where you can have some deGrom Greinke lines. Some Grom Greinke. You know what I mean? You got some deGrom Greinke lines. Don't be, or you got some Salazar Greinke joints, right? So, Samuel Actor Drum says the Phillies are back. And you know what? I'm not against deGrom. DeGrom just murked them last time. I don't like him against deGrom. I mean, I'm not gonna stack him against deGrom. Gromke. Yo, his last like awesome game. Both okay, Washington 35, 34 in Philadelphia against him. Nah. I like a lot of them to get struck out. I do. So that is the pitching for today's slate. Yo, head on over to check out BetOnline, bro. BetOnline, very solid spot to do your hedge bets and your sports betting joints. Very solid spot. If you check out the description to this video, right? Check out the description to this video, and you're gonna see like a link down there for BetOnline. Chop it up, man. It's really great stuff. Also, RotoQL, very solid shit, man. I haven't used it yet for NFL. I will be starting in my very first NFL video, really breaking down the NFL slate coming up. We're going to be rocking with some RotoQL stuff. If you like it, check it out, man. It's a really cool tool here. It's a little quick preview of it. This is how it works here. And, of course, they got the optimizer that you can use. I think you got to highlight a couple of players. There's insights that give you, information about specific guys and players. You've got the games here. Then you got the projections you can use here. So, yo, this is pretty solid, man. It's pretty solid. So, be on the lookout for the NFL stuff, man. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, my NFL vids are going to be dropping. Thursday is exclusive live stream only inside of the sweatshop. Saturday night, as Thursday night and Saturday night, we're going to build our lineups for Thursday night for the Thursday slate, moving on into the rest of the NFL week. And then Saturday night, we're going to build our lineup for Sunday all day, and for the whole Sunday. So we're gonna be talking loosely on YouTube Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I will shut that shit down and bring it into the shop where I gotta get with my people. Yo, if you want to be a part with these cats, man, if you want to jump in with these dudes, man, it's very simple. You go to the website at www.dfssweatshop.com. That is where you will get your all-star tutelage in MLB right now, NFL, and then soon NBA is coming right around before you know it. So let's get it. Yo, Saturday Night Live is going to be litty, baby. Saturday Night Live is going to be lit. That I want you to bring your pad, your pencil, your hard hat, your construction boots. We are going all the way to motherfucking. Yes, and we are building. We are building. But I'll bring your Bob the Builder Saturday. Thursday too. Thursday night too. We going in on Thursday. But Saturday night for Sunday, the Mini Maker joint, bring your Bob the Builder. We're going in. This has been your DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. If you're on FanDuel, keep it 250. You're on DraftKings, keep it 200. You're rocking with the best. We keep it real. We keep it honest. And we always